Hey guys, and welcome back to the AC Milan career mode. First off, I want to thank you for the massive support on the first episode of season 2. We're going to get straight into the season with a Super Cup game against Juventus. But before we do that, I'm going to talk you through a few transfer issues I had, especially with Pato. I don't know what to do. I read your comments. You guys have seen this before, but you don't necessarily know what the fix is for this issue. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to list him out for a short loan. See if that works, if I can recall him, and he'll be at the club. Who knows, that could work. I don't know, it's worth a shot. If not, I'll have to release him, which is not going to be pretty, especially financially wise. But talking about finances and signing players, I've been looking at my team and I feel like it's ready. We've got two different formations with fantastic players in each position. The only thing we are lacking really in this 3-5-2 is a right midfielder with a lot of pace. And we're also lacking backup in the fullback positions. The lowest rated players in the team are our left and right back. So I want to sign someone who can play in the fullback position and also could potentially play right midfield if that's necessary. And I've already done my homework. I know exactly who to sign. He already plays in the Serie A. He's got fantastic physical stats to bomb down the wing. He's got good technical stats. He's a right wing back. So basically that means they don't know whether he's a right back or a right midfielder. That's what I think of it. He's got fantastic on the ball stats. He can play in right midfield. He can become backup for Abate or De Silio, who are both injury prone. I think we need this. Otherwise, we're going to struggle, especially in Europe this season. We're going to have a lot of games, so I think it's wise to invest in a good backup fullback slash right midfielder. And he's in the last year of his contract, so this is going to be a bargain. I put in a 10 million bid for Bruno Perez. I shortlisted Pato for a short loan. My business is done for now. It's time to focus on the game. I'm playing a full 1-2-1-2 against Juve. I can't go 3 at the back against a team like that. They're arguably the best side in the league, so I have to be careful. It's only a Super Cup, but still, it's a piece of silverware that I want to win. So we're going to give it our best shot and hopefully win that trophy.
Alan, don't we, when we get round to this type of action, the Supercoppa.
Let's take a quick look at the Juve lineup. Buffon has retired, I'm guessing, because Neto is in net. Pereira trying to break through. Well done by Calhanoglu. He defends well there, but Juve still on it. And now Pogba into Mandzukic. Back to Marchisio. Fantastic football. First chance of the game falls to Juve, but they haven't hit the target. Oh, Romagnoli. Shouldn't have done that. Could be a horrible punishment for that tackle, and I would not be surprised. He's sent off as well. I thought he was going for the yellow, changed his mind. He went for the red card, and can I complain? I honestly can't. Alessio Romagnoli has been sent off in the 40th minute, and Milan are in trouble. Really rash and stupid challenge. I thought he could slide around the leg of the player. He couldn't. He went through the back of him, and the red card is just the right decision there. Oh no, you've got to be kidding me. No one picked him up. No one was marking him. I know we've got a man down, but that doesn't mean you can let Claudio Marchisio run into the box like that and just head it in for 1-0. This has turned horribly wrong in a matter of seconds. Just look at the space he's got. He's on the penalty spot. No one is marking him. Absolutely no one. We deserve to go 1-0 down. This is what we're going to do. We're going to switch to the 3-5-2. No point in sitting back. I'm going to play 3 at the back, Abate, De Silio and Maksimovic. They should be able to hold off Mandzukic, who's on his own up front. Anyways, a 3-man midfield and 3 attackers still up front. Balotelli and El Shaarawy coming on at half-time, trying to make an impact, hopefully. We can still turn this around. I believe in a miracle. Well, I say a miracle. We're only 1-0 down, but it would be a slight miracle if we could pull this back. From the edge of the area into Sami Khedira. Khedira into Pogba. We've dispossessed them, and now we can break with Carlos Bacca, who finds Balotelli. Balotelli against Giorgio Chiellini, who's going to win it. Balotelli is going for it. Mario Balotelli is going to take them on his own. He's found Menez. Jeremy Menez with the turn. Menez with the shot. Well defended by Juve. Probably the best chance of the game so far for Milan, and we couldn't even test the goalkeeper. Oh no, Zaza. Good turn here. Simone Zaza into Dybala. Dybala with the shot. And even though we're down to 10 men and Juve could probably attack us and kill the game off, they opt to go for park the bus and pass it around the back, which is weird in my opinion. I kind of understand it, but you're playing against 10 men. At least try to attack and get that second goal. Whilst we are trying to equalise, of course, with Hakan Calhanoglu, who's done well there. Calhanoglu into the area. Carlos Bacca with the ultimate opportunity to equalise, but he misses. Once again, just going backwards. Pretty infuriating stuff, but I'm not going to get too mad because at the end of the day, it's just the Super Cup. It's not something that's too majorly important. It's a shame that we couldn't win this, and it was a good learning curve for me, especially. I need to stop sliding in like that. That cost us the game. That was my mistake. We didn't do too well. As you can see, it was actually a pretty boring game, to be fair. Some training drills for some young players, and if Milan and Juve have to represent Italy in the Champions League, I'm not expecting good things for that, because that was actually an awful game. We didn't get one shot on target, and the only shot they got was after a free kick where I got Romagnoli sent off. So such a poor performance. Both teams need to step it up if they want to do something this season. A lot of players have renewed their contract. Antonio Nocerino, Menez, Carlos Pinto, Mastor and Poli have now renewed their contract, so they're not going to leave anytime soon. For those of you that are wondering, Mastor is on a 2-year loan, so he's still out for one more season at Malaga, and after that he'll join us again. I haven't sold him or anything. And Torino have rejected the 10 million bid for Bruno Perez. We're going to bump it up to 15 million, which is above his value, and he's in the last year of his contract. That should be enough. The only person who has not renewed his contract is this Cilio. Apparently he's thinking about moving somewhere else. I'm going to do absolutely everything to try and stop that, but at the end of the day, it's his decision. They're asking a lot of money for Bruno Perez. I've now got the fully scouted report on him. He's 80 rated. He would actually be my best right back, so I'm guessing he's worth it, but I'm not going to pay the full price just yet. 18 million should be enough to persuade them. Some more training drills. Niang and El Shaarawy have gone up in rating. El Shaarawy is now 82. Niang is 78. Ellie is really close to getting to that 74. And of course, they're going to start bidding for this Cilio. I'm going to reject all offers and disallow future offers. It begins now. We have to keep him. Carlos Bacca is finally at ease here at the club. He was always a bit worried. He was always having doubts about himself, but that comes to an end now. At least that's what I'm thinking and hoping, because he's a quality player. They're not going to go for less than 21.5, so you know what? They can have it. I've got the funds. We're in a healthy financial situation here at Milan right now, so I can do it. It's time for the game against Napoli, and as you can see, we're going for the 3-5-2 formation. I was disappointed with the performance against Juve. I want to try new things out, use different players. Bertolacci is coming in for Çalhanoğlu. 3 at the back, Maximovic, Abate and De Cilio have to hold it down against the Napoli force, attacking threat at least. I feel like the formation worked in pre-season. Hopefully we can result that into a good performance in the first game of the Serie A league season. I'm expecting 3 points. Luis Adriano into Menez. Menez looking for Bacca. Bacca trying to turn and get past a few. He's doing well here, Carlos Bacca, to hold off Koulibaly. He's found Bertolacci. Bertolacci on the edge. Cuts inside well. Bertolacci with the shot, driven just wide. Good effort. Good start to the game. Higuain down the wings. He's crossed it in off the bar, and we need to get rid of that. We've been given a lifeline. What an effort. Great play from Napoli whilst they give the ball away at the back. We got saved by the post. Oh, Jesus. Hamšík too easily turned there. El Shaarawy is going to try and close them down. Maximovic, solid as ever on his own at centre-back. He's really doing well here. And against Juve, he didn't let anything through apart maybe from that free kick goal, but he's proven to be a fantastic signing so far whilst we're going on the counter-attack with Menez, who's been given a lot of room here. Carlos Bacca now. Bacca inside on Goulam. Bacca still going, and that is a penalty, and no one can deny that that is a horrible defending on Napoli's part. We've been given a pen, the only yellow card for him, and we have to score it, as simple as that. Bacca won the penalty. He's going to step up against Mattia Perin. They've signed him from Genoa. Can he save a penalty on his competitive debut? No, he can't. Carlos Bacca opens his record for the season. In the first league game, he is off the mark. No worries for Carlos. He's going to be fantastic. Menez inside, well played. Menez is going to play through Luis Adriano in a bit of space here against Raul Albiol. Adriano gets taken out. What are the Napoli centre-backs doing? Well, it was Goulam, it was the left-back who gave away the first penalty, but this time it's Raul Albiol. I do not quite understand why they are sliding in like that. Up he steps, Luis Adriano against Mattia Perin. Going to try something here, full power. Bottom corner, Luis Adriano, he beats Perin too. He went the right way, but that seems to be a very powerful penalty technique this year. Double changes at half-time. Simone Verdi deserves a run in the team. Çalhanoğlu as well, Bertolacci and Menez coming off. Simone Verdi, for me, has looked outstanding in pre-season. Hopefully he can translate that into the Serie A. That's a great ball. Diego Lopez does well to read that. and punch it clear. Otherwise, it would have been a free header at the back post. It's a good ball in. Diego Lopez again. Good save. Well played, Gabbiadini. In a bit of space. Gabbiadini. We back off. Diego Lopez has to make another save. Napoli finally starting to attack. They're dominating the second half so far, creating chance after chance. Verdi into Bonaventura. Well played, Bonaventura looking for the early cross into Luis Adriano. Should have been 3-0 or at least on target. Well played, Gabbiadini. Gabbiadini, the driven cross finds its way into the box. We're going to get rid of it, and that's the end of the game. AC Milan have beaten 2-0, Napoli 2-0 away from home. And I have to say, the second half especially, Napoli should have at least gotten the point out of this game. That's me being brutally honest. They were better footballing-wise, creating more chances. Perrin just had an awful debut. I think he only had 2 shots to save, and it were 2 penalties that you can't really blame him for. But Napoli, for me, are actually a better side than Juve so far from what I've seen. Look at this, guys. I simmed another training session and we got 4 A's and a C. We're going to sim forward to the next game. We're going to end it there. Only 2 games in this episode. From the next episode onwards, there will be 3 games. Of course, 2 that will be played and 1 that will be simmed. Bruno Perez is the final signing of the transfer window. He completes this Milan side. He makes it a bit stronger in depth and on the right wing, right back position. I'm very happy. Update on the Cilio situation. He says he's not going to let his performances suffer for the club. I think that means he could maybe be tempted to stay. Not quite sure. We're going to end the episode here. I'm going to quickly show you the stats of our new signing, Bruno Perez, and then we're going to end it because I don't want to make the video too long. Once we're out of the transfer window, of course, everything will go a little bit quicker. He scored a goal in his 2 appearances so far this season for Torino, so he started off the season fantastically well. There you can see his stats, shot power and long shots being a standout stat, so he can definitely play the right mid position if you ask me. Brilliant all round, fantastic player. I'm looking forward to using. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.